Welcome back. In this session, we are going to create our first pods in Kubernetes. And you know what is pod? Pod is nothing but containers. Okay. But yes, as I said, please don't use this term container going forward. Just I'm referring here now and then to make sure you don't get confused. So, as we understood in the previous session, there is the two approach to create the pod. One is the imperative, another is the declarative. We are going to understand and see both approach. So to do that, first of all, let's go ahead and create a folder where we are going to put our all codes. So let me go to the terminal and I will go to my workspace and the kind, and this is the place where we have created our cluster, right? Let me show you. I have running a cluster with a two worker node and one control panel. So kind and get nodes. So you see here I have one control panel and two worker nodes, right? So I'm going to use this one. So now here I will create this 8ks lab and the pod, and here we'll put our code. So now first we're going to use the imperative way, and this is very simple, right? So let me explain this. So kubectl run nginx pod. So this is the name, then this is the image nginx. So kubectl run, this is the quick way to spin up a pod, as we understood. Then nginx pod is the name that we want to give to our pod, and nginx, so image, and the nginx is Kubernetes going to pull image from the official nginx. So image nginx, so we are telling Kubernetes to pull official nginx image from the Docker hub. And once we run this, Kubernetes will schedule a pod name called nginx pod and a single container going to be running within this pod, and we will use this command to see this. So let's go ahead and run this. Here kubectl run nginx pods, and now pods got created, right? And we can use this command kubectl get pods, and we will see our one pod is running over here, right? Now let's go ahead and create in a declarative way, and this is what we are going to use going forward. So first things first, to create this we need to create the file. So let me create this, touch this file first here. Okay, now we'll use vi nginx, and here we need to put the code, and for that I have this code. So let me put it here, and let's understand this first. Okay, so here you see we have the API version v1. So this is API version v1 means we are telling Kubernetes kubectl to, okay, we are telling Kubernetes to use v1 version of the Kubernetes APIs. Okay, and now you ask, Praveen, how do you know this? Okay, well, I will explain in a moment. Now next is the kind. So kinds basically tell Kubernetes we want to create which object of Kubernetes. This is pod. So currently we are going to create the pod. Later we will create the config map, secrets, service, replication controller, replica set. So these are different kinds, different object in Kubernetes that we can create. So kind is nothing but, you can say, the object of Kubernetes, or you can also say this is a service in the Kubernetes that we want to create. Okay, so we are telling Kubernetes we want to create a pod. Then we have here metadata. So metadata is, as you know, what is metadata? Metadata is information about the data. So this is information about this pod, what we are doing here. So here you see name. So we are giving the name now nginx pod, right? If you see here, when we created this, we have passed the name, right? Nginx pod. Now here we are passing this name in the metadata. Then we are adding the label here. So label is nothing but tag. Okay, so label here app is nginx, and this is really helpful. Okay, so basically there is three types of metadata. One is called label. So label we are going to use in future when we need to group multiple pods together. Yes, please try to understand this. So in the future when we want to group multiple pods together, then we are going to use this label using the selector. Don't worry, I will explain in the moment, but try to understand importance of it. So if you create, let's say, another one more pods, and then we give label as the app name nginx, then we can filter is on the selector. Okay, please list the all nginx pods, right? Then it will list two pods. Okay, similar to the tag. You can also use the namespace. I will talk later, and also annotation. Okay, I will talk all those later, but just for the information, metadata is nothing but information about these pods or this object. Then we have the spec. Spec is nothing but a specification of the container. So spec of what? Container. And here we are passing the details about the our container. We are calling, okay, so this container name will be nginx container. Okay, and then get the image nginx. Okay, so go ahead and get the nginx image from the docker hub and run this container on port number 80. So here in the spec containers we are defining the containers definition. Okay, and everything like image, port, okay, and name, everything goes over here. Now as I said, now we understood this. Maybe you will ask, Praveen, how do you know that, right? So which, okay, now here kind is the pod. Okay, what could be the another pod, right? What could be this API? So I really don't remember all those things. We have to go on the Google and search on Google and look at the official Kubernetes documentation. You simply type, okay, Kubernetes create pods, okay, and open the official documentation here. Okay, and if you scroll down here we have the sample code. Now you see this is exactly what I have written over there. So when you are going to create any Kubernetes service, or we can say object as well, go and look at it, Kubernetes documentation, and spend some quality time looking around it and understanding what different things can we pass here when we create this Kubernetes object. Now you see every details is given over here. So this is your best friend when you are learning Kubernetes. Well, now you know where to get it. Now let me go back to the documentation here, and now we have created our specification. How do we run this? For that we can run this command kubectl apply -f hi -f, then the our YAML file. But before that we need to delete this because we have already created pods with the same name, right? So let's go here. Let me save this and clear the screen. kubectl delete, okay, get pods, then delete pod nginx hyphen pod. Now this got deleted. Let's double check it. No. Then kubectl apply -f nginx. Okay, now this is again got created pod for us. Now let's see if pod got created. Yes, now we see this pod is running. Alright, now let's look into some additional commands that you can use while playing around with the pods. So again here we have another command like describe. We can go ahead and we can see more details about these pods. So paste here. Now we see, okay, we have more information about these pods. Okay, we have see the name, namespace, priorities, start time, annotation, what is the IP, right, image. So all details are present over here, and this is the event, and this event is very important. If something don't work, you can come here, look into this event for more information. We can also look at the log of these pods using kubectl logs and the pod name. Let me show you. And now we see this is the logs of the pod. So again, if something is not working, you want to debug it, so you can use the log commands to see the logs of your pod. Now the way we get inside the container in Kubernetes, similar we can also go inside the pods in the Kubernetes like using this command. Let me repeat once again. The way you go inside the container in Docker, okay, in Docker, when we create the container, then we need to go there, right? Then we run a command, right? Docker exec -it, correct? Similar here, if you need to go into the pod, right, then see or maybe debug it, then we run command like this, right? Now you see we are inside our pod. Okay, so again you see this is quite similar, but only difference is here we have we are trying to manage this container in the better way using this tool Kubernetes, right? And this is called as a pod. That is only the difference. Well, now here we understood how to create the pods, but this pod is really not giving us more, right? So this is just, if you see, we have this single pod, this is running, and this was the problem with our Docker. So from the top level we need to describe what was the problem with the Docker. So we had the four problem, right? First problem, Docker was single host, so that problem we solve with creating the Kubernetes cluster with the kind, right? Second problem, Docker containers are not self-healing. Okay, so in next session we are going to understand how do we make these pods as a self-heal. Okay, so that we will understand. Third problem is the auto scaling. Containers are not auto scaling. Then next to next session we are going to understand how to make containers self-healing. Then this a lot of enterprise features are missing. Then we will start looking into them one by one. Well, so that's pretty much for this session. Again, I'm going to attach this lab documentation in the resource section. Go ahead, download it and practice it. Once you are confident, see you in the next session.